While we're on that subject, the doors of Medford High School are open. Is there discussion about maybe implementing something along the same lines with regards to keeping the doors locked going forward?
I spoke to the superintendent at length. We're meeting Monday night, school committee has a meeting, and we're going to be going over some of the items that came up in our committee meeting a couple of weeks ago. And also I mentioned to him that they have to be locked, like every other school in our system, with a camera and someone sitting at the front desk that's looking at it. Because, you know, everyone that goes into the schools should be quarried. You shouldn't be walking around the building unless you're really quarried. So if you're not quarried, you need to have a visitor pass and somebody with you to walk through. So he knows that that's really important to us, so he's going to look into that. And I believe there's one camera out right now at the high school, and they're working on it this week. He had a company in, so they were working on that camera. But I can't tell you where it is.
If I can, something I know we talked about in the school committee, when we were on the school committee, and it's something that's it's best practice throughout most school systems. And I know we're trying in different schools, but the mandatory badge for employees and students, because you know one of the issues with what happened in McGlynn, if we had that in place, that it's
Right.
and as soon as because systems, everybody's programmed to
Be
not
nice.
to have the badge, and one of the questions kids don't, they forget. So other systems have in their homes, when they come into school, and what they use is a temporary one that just scanned on like the envelope sticker, and it's what and it's important, but it's a change that when it happens, it makes a big difference. I mean, so that's another piece.
I agree with you. I'll definitely bring that up. And we have the ability at the police station to have badges. All of our employees that go out on the street have badges, so that the public knows, the water guy's coming for your meter, he's badged, and that means everything else has been done. He's quarried, he's protected. So that's a really good idea, and I'll talk to the superintendent about that as well.
I believe it was around the 9th CPS back in 2002 that eliminated the school security staff. That's certainly something I'd like to see reinstituted. I've done some research on it. Some responses from individuals in the security field that would say that it would be about half $1 million a year to have one security guard, or one security guard rather, for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week in each facility. So I don't know if there was any discussion or indication as to whether or not there was an interest in bringing back the security guard personnel in schools.
We haven't discussed that. We do have monitors that have recently been hired. And their role is similar, but they're not security staff.
Are they city employees, school department employees, or not contracted?
No, school department. So, and if you go into any of the elementary or middle, you see protection, and it's like a safety. I know when I walk in there, it's hard to get in there using the Raptor system, which, yeah. So it's the high school that seems to be the one that's a little more open, so that has to be tightened up, and I couldn't agree more with you that the safety of our kids is the most important thing, so we're working on it.
And that, if I may, because I'm glad to hear that we're looking into locking the doors and the cameras, but do we have a time frame? Did you say to Mr. Belson?
Yeah, we're going to meet Monday night to develop, to everybody have to take a vote and be on the same page with what we